Okay. Says it's right side up. That's the thing about this. I can edit out and do what I need to do. And yes, it's my first try at this page. And I just moved it all over the place, didn't I? Great day in the morning. Just trying to make something last. Let's try this. Okay. Test number one. One for the number one test. We're going to do some tubing. It's going to look very similar to this when it's done. Silver fumed. And I'm going to start out with just regular clear tubing. Isn't that nice, right? And with regular clear, I'm going to do some interesting things with it. I'm using a National 6B torch and a number 2 tip. Who knew, right? But that'll give you an indication of where I'm starting at. I do have a Carlisle available, which I will be doing demos and stuff like that on also. So hold your horses. But I found that the silver fuming goes really, really well when I use the single flame torch tip. And it really, really gives it an extra panache, I guess you could say. What I'm doing now is basically for the silver fuming part, giving the surface some texture. And you can do this with dots. You can do this with just lines. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that. Do a couple of these like this. Okay. And then I'm going to do a couple where I'm going to, alright, I'll stretch it out. I'll just do a straight line. There we go. Quick straight line. 2 of those. Side by side. Okay? And I'm heating up the glass rod that I'm putting it to. I'm using 9.5 heavy wall milled tubing in my left hand here, and on my right hand I've got I believe it's also 9 mil, and most of what I use is, I think, Cymax. Okay, here we go with a couple more of the lines, I mean the ridges like I did before. Now to do the straight lines you could probably use better caning. Matter of fact, I'm going to go back and do that to the lines that I just did. Do the same thing that I'm doing right now. So it'll be all uniform. Sorry. I like it better that way. And you can put loops, bumps, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just to give more surface area for the silver to catch to. Okay? And this is the very first part of the silver tubing that I'm going to be doing. Here, there's room for one more line here, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. Here we go. And now, the other thing that I'm going to do is, this is going to be back and forth from the top of the ridges. And that will, the silver fume will go underneath these loops and stuff and cause better texture later on also. So just have patience with me. I'm going to do this all the way around, like so. Eventually I'm going to have these torches, my Carlisle and this one, side by side, so I can just flip back and forth. But at the moment, just getting started with this newer, well, this is the type of torch I had when I first started. Well, the type of torch I had before I went to the Carlisle. Let's just put it that way. And I'm learning a lot of neat little tricks that I had forgotten about using this single flame and using what is available to you. Okay? So, just live with what I'm saying, and I hope you can hear me and enjoy what I'm saying. If you have any comments, questions, or answers, or want to make a request on things that you want to see me do, just leave it in the comments. I also have an email address that I will put up here with this. If you would like to talk to me about buying some of my work somewhere down the line, we can talk that too. I also have another YouTube channel under the name Lou Libby, for those that want to try that, and I will put that connection at the bottom of the screen there. Now, as you can see, it looks like a very lacy, slight, dicey thing going on here, and it is in some respects. It's just basically built up on the surface of this piece of tubing, okay? And now I'm going to, I'm going to try to light it again. Oh, there we go. And I've found out that I haven't got the pressure up full steam like I'd like it. I've been playing with it to bring it down some, and didn't realize I'd taken it down beyond where I wanted it. Ow. It's going to do this on and off. There we go. Let's take it down a notch. There we go. There we go. Now with fuming, I find, especially with silver, you don't really need a high sharp plant. You need a flame like so. And let me see if I can find out where the silver is on this thing. There it is, I believe. And the silver will just go from one piece to the other. And you can see that where it was nice and clear and lacy looking, now it's all nice and gold and shiny. Okay? That's the way silver fuming works. And this is fantastic the way it went on. Beautiful. Wish it would do that with the Carlisle every time. I had always had problems with that. Now, I'm going to quickly, I've got to adjust the flame a little bit, so bear with me. I'm going to do it live. I can always edit it out if I want to. Let's see here. There we go. Now it's going to have some kick to it. That's what I wanted. There. Now, I'm going to layer clear over all of this lacy stuff. And this is going to be sort of like a simple vac stack without the vacuum. If you've heard of that remark, it's where you have clear color layered in and then more clear over the top of it, okay? And that's exactly what's going on here. Is right now I'm just layering more clear over the silver, and this is embedding the silver, or it's inside out work, starting from the outside and working my way further out. It's just the way it works for me. This type of tubing, you can make anything and everything. And the next thing I'm going to do is some more encased tubing, but then I'm not just doing, the name of it is piping hot glass or art glass, okay? And that's exactly what it's going to be. I'm going to be making a whole bunch of different designs of nothing but glass figurine tobacco pipes, okay? Functional tobacco pipes. Most of mine are not dealing with water, but I will, on my other channel, which, you know, if you're interested, I can give you some URLs on some of the videos I did on making some number 10 joints, male and female, 10 joints, to go onto water rigs and stuff like that, which is another thing that I'm going to start doing, but I have not done so far. So don't think that I can't, okay? I just haven't so far. Okay. Now I'm going to be continuing layering clear over all of this, and the fun part is making sure you're right to the edge of where you layered the last rod there, and the other one was getting a little bit too short, so I had to add. Right? Right. There we go. This is turning out really, really nice. I like the color, I like the silver fume, and once you strike the colors in here, it'll really, I mean, I might even consider layering another thing of clear over the whole thing just to give it more depth of the rippling effect and also the things that's going on inside of this thing. Okay? But at the moment, I'll just make this into one simple tubing. That's all I'm going to do today on this video, but the next one I will probably make what I call one of my simple tobacco pipes. Actually, no, I think I'm going to get comma-maclated right off the bat and do a seahorse Sherlock pipe. Sound like fun? That sounds like fun to me. And we'll go from there, okay? Now, I work with a blow hose. I like the results, and yes, if you're the type of person that doesn't like, you know, the idea of dribbling slobber into something, oh well. But a blow hose, to me, works out real well. I also put a nice little type of swivel onto the blow hose so the slobber just doesn't dribble in all the time. You will, with positive pressure, blow some slobber in there, but it won't be as much because it tilts upwards and then goes down instead of going straight down out of the corner of your mouth. Get it? Got it? Good. Now what I'm going to do is basically start at the very top of this piece of tubing, or right at the very edge of the tubing, and I'm going to work my way down to the bottom edge of this tubing. And as I do so, it's going to work all the air, not all of it, but most of the air bubbles and air lines out of this piece. Okay? I got a lot of videos to do tonight. This is just one of them. I'm also going to do some for my other channel too. I found out that I might have to diversify and do this type of work to show what I'm capable of doing. Anyway. When you're blowing out tubing like this, you give it a little while. You don't just start blowing. You'll find some thinner wall parts and heavier wall parts. And what you do is you let it cool a little bit, and the thinner wall will cool enough that it won't blow, but the heavier wall will because it's still thick and still molten. Okay, working my way down, little by little, melting all this glass into it. One steady wall tubing. I'll blow it out a little bit, and then I'll turn around and collapse it and work it back in. And swivel a little bit, why not? got it at the molten stage so you can play with it. I'll be doing some nice wigwag designs too with colored glass. Okay. You just gotta be patient with me. And I will be doing animal piece after animal piece. I've got a turtle in mind. I've got an elephant pipe in mind. I've got a couple of dragon pipes in mind. So I guess I could put a list down, and if you have any suggestions to add to the list of what you'd like to see made into a tobacco pipe, I could see about that. Okay. So just talk to me. I will also do live demos at one point or another. As you subscribe to my channel, Piping Hot, just as you subscribe, click the bell so that you'll get a. Now I have to admit, I will try to, but I'm not guaranteeing that I will be doing these demos and warning you way ahead of time. A lot of times I'm a spur of the moment type of guy, and I need to get a little bit more organization going on there, but I haven't at this point. So I will be doing live demos, and I will take requests. I will talk to people while they're, in the chat room. So it'll be something to look forward to if you really want to get there and do that. Okay. Something to think about. Almost done with the end of this tubing. And yes, you can see that there's probably a few air lines and bubbles in there, but it gives it character. And the way I do it, it's not the way I do it is not stressing it out the glass. It's just a matter of keeping it even, the wall thickness even, almost down to the bottom. I don't know if you can see the swirl patterns that are they swivel back and forth, or the wigwagging a little bit, not a heavy duty, just where I twist it a little bit and then heat it and twist it in the other direction a little bit. Okay. We're getting there. Almost to the end. Here we go. Swivel it back the other way. We'll swivel it the other way a little bit. Okay. Now, and with that, silver fumed tubing. And from this piece of tubing, as you can see, I've made others. The silver fuming has gone out a little bit on it, and then there's other ones that I've done that still have a lot of the layers and the textures going on. It's just all in the matter of how I did it. I want to thank you for being there. And let me go ahead and bring this down, and I've got it hooked in 3 different directions. There we go. Alright. Ooh, just zoomed in. I don't know how I did that. Let's zoom out. Ooh, I zoomed in further. Zoom out, zoom out. There we go. And this is the tubing that I just did. Matter of fact, let's get a little brighter. There we go. Tubing that I just did. Oh yeah, you can see that quite nicely. With that, thank you for watching, and there will be others. Enjoy your day.